Good morning. I'm going to be going through our core curriculum here with you guys and showing you what we'll be doing for our 25-26 school year. This is Athena's pile. And we are starting with the good and the beautiful for our math. She's finished up the kindergarten level, and I just got the whole box this year. That also includes manipulatives that'll be needed throughout the book. In years past, I just printed out the curriculum, but this year I decided to actually just buy the math book. And so we've been really happy with the good and the beautiful curriculum, at least at this point for the younger years. She is a natural spiral learner, and the good and the beautiful is really good at that and doing that review and looking over concepts again while also building. And she is a bit of a math whiz. So this is what we're doing for math. And we are continuing on with the language arts level 1. One of the things that I often tell people about that I have found with the good and the beautiful is the kindergarten level is really a lot like what we were doing in first grade. And so even though this says level 1, I would say this probably starts at about what would have been my like halfway through first grade, and then moves up. And so I get the kit for this as well. It comes with a bunch of the little like early reading books. It comes with these reading booster cards. Athena loves these because as they master pages and sections, they earn stickers that are in the back of the book. So just a really great motivator for her. She's always like, I want to get through the stickers. And so she is wrapping up the first book that went along with the kindergarten. So that is that. And then this is the actual course book. And so we will be working through this just like we did the other one. We do have the Letter Tiles app, as well as the Good and the Beautiful app that has the word games, and I highly recommend it. They're free. The girls feel super cool because they get to like play games. This goes over what each section covers. So like this was our level K, this is what we're getting ready to cover, and this is what we will cover with level 2, which is really nice that I like that it gives me that full scope and sequence, as well as pacing. The graphics are always adorable. Athena loves like the little animals, and so does Nora too. And there's things like cutting, and it's very interactive. And we already do art study on our own, so it's just great that like it adds some of that in there. And so yeah, this is our language arts for the coming year. They usually incorporate a little bit of geography and some other things along with it too, which is nice, that you get a little bit of that kind of like cross curriculum content. Like there's some artist study there. So yeah, that is what we are doing for our language arts. There's some art added in there, some more writing, and that is our language arts course book. We are continuing on with the handwriting. I always am looking at Athena and I'm like, oh my gosh, your handwriting. And then I see other kids and I'm like, oh, my kid is just fine. I cannot recommend the good and the beautiful handwriting enough. My kids have great handwriting, and I will brag on that all day long. She has done the first 2 levels of this, because there's like, there's a kindergarten one and there's like a handwriting prep one. Nora has already done the doodles one. She will be doing the next level as well. And so yeah, and Athena loves, again, like the little coloring activities and stuff that go along with just the regular handwriting. So that is what we're doing for handwriting. This year I also got one of the good and the beautiful science little hearts and hands. I gave them options because they have a number of options now, which is super awesome. And realistically, we do a lot of flower things anyway, just because we garden. And so Even though Fields and Flowers was one of their options, they wanted to do Sparks and Stars. So it comes with a parent guide here, which is great. And it goes through, again, an overview of the course. They have videos on their YouTube channel. It gives us optional activities, discussion questions, just different ways that you can incorporate it. This is our first year doing Good and the Beautiful Science, and so I'm really excited to kind of delve into it. This is the stories book that goes along with the girls, and so we'll read this and I will ask the stories. I do also have, I did get this space and science activity book. These are super cute. They just have like coloring pages and little activity pages that they both love to do, and I've had a number of these for a few years now, and I just make copies of the pages so that we kind of have them to use for all eternity as we've covered different topics. So that is our science for the year. Then we are moving on to Story of the World. We are wrapping up volume 1, which is Ancients right now, which we've had so much fun with. Eleanor has loved Egyptology. We've been doing like Alexander the Great the last few weeks. The Ancient also incorporates and includes a lot of biblical stuff, and so as we've been reading through the Old Testament as a family and doing that, there's been a lot of correlation and it's been great. But I'm so excited for the Middle Ages because, as many of you know, the Middle Ages is my jam. I just got the whole set for this as well. This is like the storybook that you read. Many of you also know that I do not love reading out loud, and so there is an account on YouTube that I found that reads and puts up the pages of the chapter on the screen, and so the page of the chapter comes up and he reads it, and then it scrolls, and it's great because I don't love reading, but like this even includes Beowulf in here, so we're gonna nerd out pretty hard with this year. For Story of the World, it's usually you kind of go through this cycle twice, so there's 4 books, and so we'll go through this cycle once here, we'll do it again, and the second time that we do it, I just got the whole set here. We will do more of the test and answer key things. Obviously, as like a first grader, I'm not expecting her to do this. But when we go back through this again, and she'll be in, I think, 6th grade the next time that we go through the Middle Ages here, she will for sure like be doing these quizzes and things. And so I just got it to have it because why not? And then this is the activity book. The activity books have a section for each chapter. I'm trying to get to the first page of a chapter here to kind of show you. So like there's a chapter, it gives you narration options, review questions of the chapter, additional readings. There's also map work, and then there's potential activity projects and craft projects that you can do to go along with each chapter. Excuse me, in the back of the book, so after kind of those initial chapter pages, there are map works, and so you'll see here's map work answer keys, so you can actually grade your students' map work. And then there is the actual map work, so you could have your student do this directly in the book, rip this out. I make copies because I have 2 and that makes sense. And so there's map work that goes along with each chapter. There are coloring pages that go along with each chapter, which is really great for my kids and my age. I usually make copies of these and they color these in while they're listening to the chapter being read to them. And so, yeah, that is our Story of the World, our social studies for the year. There's also people in the back. And let me see if I can get to it one-handed here. I realized I actually lied. These are not people cards. These are review cards for each chapter. So again, you can make copies of these, have your students color them in, cut them out, make a little book. And it's just like little synopses of each of the chapters. So that is our story of the world for social studies this year. And then this is the planner that I got for Athena this year. I used the same exact planner. This past year, I got a slightly different cover because I can't have the same cover 2 years in a row. This is the School Nest planner. I really like it. It is $20 on Amazon. It has a calendar in the front here. It has attendance here. I will leave like a picture of what our attendance page looks like here then when I do my edits. You can write down your schedule. In the front here, there is a spot for book list, which is great. If you are a Pennsylvania resident, you need to have a book list for evaluations anyway. And then it just has the monthly view. These are undated, so you have your month view, and then you have your weekly view. And I'm going to be doing a separate video on how I set up her planner and my planner for the week. But it also has daily tasks and like habit tracking, basically. Lots of space for notes. And before a month, maybe after, I might be lying completely actually. Oh, this one is different than the one that we have. The one that we have has like note pages between the months. But yeah, I love this planner for her. It's really great. Oh, there they are. I knew there was note pages somewhere, so you can write goals and other things that you need to. This is great for older students, especially if they have longer term projects. I love that there are check boxes here because my goal eventually is to like sit down with her every week and go through and fill this out. So as she learns how to read better and write better and all of that, she can go through and check off the work that she completes, and then I can check it. And then eventually she'll be able to just do this on her own. In the back, there is, whoops, there is notes pages. There's also spots. It kind of shows you ways that you could potentially use those notes pages. It gives you ideas of how you can also fill that out, which is really nice. But there is, and it's in between pages here, I can feel it. Or I should say I can see it. Place for contacts, which is fun for kids this age. But you can also use this section to keep track of like logins and stuff. I could have sworn there was a page like that, but I might just be losing my marbles somewhere. You could also use this page here to do that. So that is the planner that we'll be using, and that is our core year of kind of first, second-ish for Athena.